On this installment of what they don't want you to know about money, I'm going to talk about something that's really difficult, but very important, especially to those who are watching and are married. Sometimes things don't quite work out, and sometimes it's time to call it quits. However, when you look at a marriage in its entirety, it's really a single financial estate. Now, a single financial estate simply means that everything you have is together. And should things not work out, you need to go your separate ways. But it doesn't only end there. It's not just about everything you have. Also, everything you owe is also shared. So you might be in that scenario where, it's that time. You've fed up, you've tried, you've given it your all, and it's time to dissolve the estate. There's certain things you need to realize. It's going to be long, it's going to be hard, and it probably will be painful. Most people and most clients that I have interacted with when it comes to divorce have alluded to the fact that divorce is like dealing with the death of a spouse. It's the death of the person you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with. And unfortunately, because it's a painful experience, it's never going to be fair. So there are certain things you need to be prepared for if you walk down that journey. First thing, when you're going through a divorce, you don't need cheerleaders. You need wise counsel. You don't need friends or lawyers, or you don't need family who help you with your wealth planning. You need someone who's sober-minded, who's going to help you to have perspective, to realize that you invested in your relationship. And therefore, whatever outcome, you deserve your share. Whether you are the primary income earner or not, irrelevant. You deserve your share for the time you put in that relationship. So you don't need a cheerleader who's going to be coming in with tunnel vision and sometimes trying to stroke your ego. Rather go for someone who's going to be brutally honest, get you your fair share. Also, because in some marriages, a lot of assets have been built up over time and people have created wealth, people start hiding stuff. They start hiding the crystal glasses. They start hiding the expensive jewelry. They start hiding assets. Be very careful. Before you decide you're going along the route of a divorce, probably get yourself a private investigator and investigate money flows. Know where the money is. Take a snapshot. Make sure you've got those bank statements and you can take them to court if need be. Because unfortunately stuff disappears. But also, stuff appears. Suddenly, a marriage which had no debt is lumbered with huge debt from mysterious business partners or business ventures. So be careful on that one as well. Again, I'm talking about the money. It's simple. When the marriage ends, it's all about the money. And another important part of a marriage is children. Because children make up an integral part of most marriages, if a marriage is dissolved, the money needs to be there to cater for the future and the legacy and the well-being of the children. So be prepared to ensure that you're both able and willing to look after the children who are a result of better days, better times, happier times in your marriage. Another important part when you're preparing for a dissolution of marriage is seek counsel. Mentally, emotionally, it will be taxing. Get a registered counselor or psychologist to sit down with you and walk you through, because essentially you will go through the same stages you go through when you're grieving the loss of a loved one. You will go through denial. You will go through anger. You will go through a lot of those emotions, and they need to be managed, and you need to understand that that is all part of the process of letting go. And indeed, you are letting go. And be careful. Don't just let go. Now, instances where a marriage is dissolved because of infidelity, you are angry. You want to get back at that person or those persons who led to the breakdown of your happy home, and you can sue them. In certain countries, the law will allow you to go sue that adulterous person and you can get a civil claim against them for destroying your marriage. Yes. And I say, look, nothing wrong with that. Go after them. Get everything. Let them feel the pain of what they've done to you. So you can sue the adulterous partner. So it doesn't need to be him or her. It can be either way. Whoever was involved and entered that holy union can be sued, and you can get and claim damages from that individual or individuals or entity. Last but not least, take your time. It's not going to be an easy journey, but do realize that you do need to have a sober mind, if necessary, sometimes even claim spousal maintenance so that you can get back on your feet, especially if you've been a partner who maybe invested heavily in home building whilst the other worked. Doesn't mean you're any less valuable in the union, or vice versa. You could also claim spousal maintenance if you're the business person in the relationship and you don't have a steady income, and you also need to be looked after. Bottom line is, it's messy. It's not pretty, but it's one of the things that they don't want you to know about money, that when you're going through a divorce, make sure you get the right attorney, solicitor, or lawyer so that you get the right counsel. But most importantly, also have a financial planning professional there so that you can plan your life after marriage. The finances will not be the same after marriage. You're not dealing with two incomes anymore. You're not dealing with two individuals united as one. So you might need to downgrade or tweak your lifestyle after the event. So you do need some financial planning or wealth planning at the very least to cater for your children and your future. If you're going through a divorce, I would still say, fight for your marriage. Go through everything you can to save it. Seek counseling, seek advice, seek everything you can, prayers, anything which can help you, because the most painful thing which anyone will ever tell you is that divorce is very painful. And the unfortunate part about it, even after cheating, the grass still is never green. It doesn't get any greener. It's normally green on the other side because there's plenty of manure. That's one of the things that they don't want you to know about money.